Alicia Keys in the building with us. We're so excited. So excited about everything you got going on and your album. We've been waiting. You know, you had the last project, Alicia, out, and now this is Keys. Now tell me the correlation with the two, because obviously we know that's your name, but there's a reason
Right.
behind this.
Definitely. I've been dying to put out Keys. Like, this has been the one I've been waiting for. I definitely knew that Alicia would come first and Keys would come after to complete the energy of how you know me and how you vibe with me. But Keys is special. Like, Keys is super special. It's like bringing me back to my zone. It's my lane,
Zone, zone, zone.
my za. It's my lane. I'm driving in it. I'm owning it. It is completely my world. So, which obviously all the music has always been, but this one is like, the keys are really prevalent. There has a energy to it that definitely feels almost more raw, more smoky. It has a feeling to it that you can't resist. And the amazing part of it is, actually, in true New York style, I created the whole record. I produced it. It's called The Originals. And
Wow.
then I asked my brother Mike Will to come with me and produce. We decided to sample me. So I wanted to sample myself. So I sampled The Originals and created
Mm.
a second version of the album called Unlocked. And so there's Keys Originals, Keys Unlocked. And when you put them together, it is this crazy experience. It's like a Saturday and a Sunday. It's like, it's a whole world. So that together comes, the entire project comes like that, with these two records that are so crazy in two different worlds.
I love that idea. That's amazing. What made you choose Mike Will to be a part of the whole project?
I connected with a few people, but when I connected with Mike, like, his energy was so right and his clarity about what it could be was so special that I knew that we were going to connect. And we figured out, we met in New York and we'd start some records and just see how it went. And it was so electric. It was so crazy. We were in there going crazy and it just was natural. So it was a perfect way to do it.
Now,
That's
Alicia,
amazing.
the approaches that you take to each project is dope. Even hearing how you're breaking down like the originals and the unlock, right? And like
Mm.
everybody sometimes like has different things that fuel the albums that they're working on. So, what was like the fuel for this project? Compared to like what was fueling you for your last project?
For this project, I really realized that, I wanted to come back home. I think that keys, the piano, has always been my place. That's my place. That's what people know me for. And I love it there. And over time, you explore, you go in different places, you try different directions, and you want to, explore the different parts of you. But coming back to the keys and really making it focus on the keys was so powerful for me. It was almost like, it took me back to the origins of everything. And I think that's the fuel for this, coming back home, coming back to my lane, owning my lane, driving in it, being the only one in my lane. And that was what fueled this energy. And then because I'm a true New Yorker, there's this vibe that for all of us, there's all these sides to all of us. But for me, sampling great music has always been a big part of what I love musically. And when we did You Don't Know My Name, with Kanye, that was one of the best ways to sample a classic record and make it new. And so that's
Yes.
always been a part of who I am. And that's why I wanted to put it in almost in an original way, me sampling myself and making it this concept that's just, one of a kind.
And we seen you perform one of the songs "Lala" with Sway Lee on the VMAs. It was amazing. It was a whole vibe right there. How did that feel to get back out and get to performing after being locked in the house with quarantine?
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, I felt so good. It was, I think we're starting to come outside a little bit, little by
Yes.
little. But
Mhm.
it feels so good to just be able to connect with people, that as human beings, we need that. We need that connection. And so definitely as an artist, we need that. So to be able to be there with Sway,
Yes.
setting the tone for Keys with Lala, just starting to invite people into this world, this elegance. I think the other thing about Keys is, like, it's a place you want to go. Like, the things we're going to do, these secret soirees that you're going to be invited to, it's a place you want to go. You want to bring your homegirls, you want to bring your boyfriend, you want to bring your husband, you want to bring your wife, you want to bring your people. You want to get fresh, and you want to come and experience something you never did before. And so it's definitely the La La is like an invitation to come into this, to this mysterious world of Keys.
I'll
One
say in
time
true
for the la
fashion,
la.
though. In true fashion, you did also do Empire State of Mind at VMAs. Did you ever forgive Little Mama for that whole situation
Of
that went
course.
down?
Of course. Listen, to this day, I truly never knew she was even on the stage. That's the craziest part of the whole thing for me. I was on that stage. Jay was in the middle. She was on the other side of Jay, and I never saw her. Never. So that was wild to me. But I absolutely. It's not even a thing, man. I was then. She's from New York too. I think she really felt the energy of the record, and she loved it, and she couldn't hold herself back. Look, this is what my music does to people. What can we say?
That's not a bad thing. Now, Alicia, let's just say, like, what song has another artist made that makes you feel that way? Where, like, yo, I would jump on stage and
Oh,
B-boy
now you're
stand sit
right.
myself.
You're right. You are so right. I feel like that's how I feel. I feel like that about a lot of my favorite artists. You are right about that. I'm trying to think of the right record. I'm trying to think of the right one that would just make me go crazy. It really depends on. Well, you know who made me feel like that? Jadakiss. Jadakiss makes me
Yes.
feel like that. Like I can't even help it. He starts going crazy, and I just feel like I want to stand on stage with him. Like that's just how I feel. So that's one of them.
So
It's very rambunctious.
when the verses come together, because you're talking about Jadakiss, we know he's one of the verses legends now, right? Does
That
Swiss
was
ask your
crazy.
advice like for any of the matchups? Because I know some of them come from the internet and things that get hyped up, but some of them are it just seemed like they come out of nowhere. Do you help out?
He's definitely hitting me like, I'm in the kitchen and he's like, babe, what do you think about? And he'll drop two names on me, and I'm gonna be like, And he's like, no, you don't like it. No, I'm not gonna do that one. So he
Ooh,
definitely will pulse check. He'll definitely pulse check just how does it feel. But he's a genius, man. He's smart as hell. There's nobody like him, and he don't need nobody to tell him what to do or what's fresh. He definitely has he just has a different mind. But he
I,
will pulse check.
I want to hear the
Just to
most
see what's
bogus
up.
one that he told you that you were like, Swiss, no.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that because I don't know what's in the pipeline, and I'm
Oh,
not
okay,
gonna be
okay,
able
right.
to blow up the whole situation. You know what I mean? He'd be like, "Babe, you was on Morning Hustle telling the secrets. What's going on?"
Okay, but let's just say from your own personal preference, if you could make your own verses, like who's two people Alicia Keys want to see go up?
I feel like I definitely want to see. Man, there's so many people that it would be so crazy. I just feel like it would be pretty legendary for it to be Jay and Nas.
That's what the streets want.
Facts.
The streets definitely
I'm
need
with
that
you.
one.
Mhm.
I feel like that would be, and just for the energy, and just because they both, legendary, and there's no comparison really, and I think that's actually the point about verses is that it's not really about who actually won. It's about
Right.
exposing to the greatness that there's so much greatness. You know what I mean? So it's fresh.
Word.
Speaking
Now,
of
Alicia Keys,
legendary,
what's
okay.
something that you're in love with right now? Because like a lot of your music deals with love, but far as like things that you're personally into, what's Alicia Keys's vices?
Vice is like
Especially as we're getting
good, or
back
vice
outside
is like
again and like discovering new things. Like, okay, what's something people don't know? Like, do you like to drink, or like what I'm saying, or like have you like are you a vapor? You know what I'm saying? There's certain things about you that we just never know.
Yeah, I guess that's right. And I guess I'm definitely well, I'm cool as hell. So whatever I do it's in order to, have a little fun, have a little vibe, but not to lose my cool. I hate that. That's actually, if I don't even use the word hate, but there's something that I hate is with sloppy people. I can't take it. That's
Mm.
something you may or may not know about me. I do not like sloppy people. So when you get pissy drunk and you falling all over everybody and you're like telling everybody you love them, makes me crazy.
Yeah. Now, Alicia, like, you approach everything with, seemingly amazing confidence, no fear. Watching you like host things like the Grammys and kill it is always a sight to
Thank you.
behold. what is something that is in your fear box that you haven't conquered yet, or something that you're looking forward to do, but you just kind of still trying to build up the courage to jump out the window and do it?
Dang, you got some serious. You let me go to therapy with you.
He's deep.
You got like some real
My problem
questions
is
for
I need
me.
to go to therapy and have no time to do it. So I just
You
the couch is me
you
talking
need
to
to
regular
go to
people.
therapy. I love this. I gotta say that I was actually just talking about, when I played the two pianos on the Grammys. That was a big dream for me. Obviously, that was an honor. That was in honor of Hazel Scott, one of the most beautiful Black women pioneers of our time, especially musicians. And so to live up to that was like a big deal. It was big on my shoulders. And the night before, I still didn't have it locked in. And I said to myself that night, I was like, if I don't nail this tonight, when I went to the sound check, I'm not doing it.
Mhm.
And when I went to the sound check, it was still shaky, but I could feel that it was going to be something like special. And so I went home and I stayed up all night, all night, all night, all night, and I went over it and I fixed it and I changed it and I tried it and I tried it and I fucked it up and I came and that next day, you know what I mean, was that day when I did it, and I was terrified. I was terrified that I wouldn't be able to pull off this idea that I had in my head. And when it came together and I was able to do it and I did do it, I was so proud of myself for not quitting, because I think that, naturally when things get hard, you do want to protect yourself. You're like, wait a minute, I'm not going to be out here embarrassing myself. You're
Right.
not going to catch me on a bunch of memes because I couldn't do it. And when I went for it and I was brave enough and fearless enough to go for it, even when it could have gone wrong, that definitely said a lot to me. And so I think that's definitely a great example of something that I dreamed up and that I wanted to be fearless about. I actually have an idea for 4 pianos now that's
Whoa.
coming.
Whoa.
Are you are
So
you gonna
You
bring
got
two
a
more
strong
arms?
swivel chair,
Yeah.
and like you just how does that looking? How we freaking that?
in fact, I did actually start to think about it for the second Grammys. I started to think about that concept. It actually wasn't the time to be birthed yet. You just know when the time is the time and when it's not. Yeah, I might have to grow 2 more arms, or I might have to I might have to figure out how to invite some really fresh people to kind of join me in this circle.
Ooh.
So let's see. That's one of them though. I haven't figured it out yet, and
I
I definitely
love
haven't
that.
jumped.
With some names. Give us some names. Like who would be some people that you
I
think you would
think,
add up there?
first of all, D Smoke is crazy.
Mm,
I think that D
love
Smoke is out
him.
of this world. So he's definitely one. I think that there could be something really interesting even about like Anderson .Paak, because not
Oh
only
yes.
does, you know what I mean, I know that he plays, but because he has the rhythm, I feel like we could use the piano, because the piano is a percussion instrument too. It's not just a melodic instrument. So I
Right.
feel like I could use him in a really cool way to put together the percussion only using the piano. Anyway, I got stuff. Don't try
I
to take my
love
secrets.
this.
I see y'all trying to get in there.
I love that. You know what else I love? The Last Resort. So you are as an
Oh,
executive producer, and are you
yes.
going to start doing more films? Because let me tell you something. At first, I wasn't really sure because I saw Love Don't Cost a Thing, and I was like Christina Milian now.
What?
But then, but then when I saw Last Resort, I absolutely loved it. Is this something that we're going to see more from you?
No, it's good. Big love to Christina Milian and Netflix. It's definitely like one of those super sweet rom-coms, romantic comedies that you're
Love
just
it.
like, you're eating your popcorn and you're laughing and you're just like losing your mind for a second. So I love it. They also shot it in I believe the Mauritius, so it was stunningly gorgeous. I definitely wish I
Beautiful.
went to visit. But absolutely, there's a lot more film and television. I've actually been doing that a lot over the years, and I love it. There's actually a big, huge project on the horizon that I unfortunately, don't ask me because I
Oh.
can't tell you yet. But it's big, and it's not only film, television, but it's also theater. And so there's a lot. There's
That's
definitely a lot
amazing.
coming.
Well,
That's
Alicia Keys,
amazing.
it's always amazing to watch you work in any format. And the fact
Thank you,
that, like,
babe.
you're just as beautiful now as you were when you started in this business. And you
Thank
seem to still
you.
be having fun, like the whole way. You know what I mean? So as we
Yes,
look
you're
forward to
right.
these new projects, man, when can we actually put these things in our hands?
We have these secret soirees that are coming to a city near you as well. I definitely want y'all there for that. And then we have the big tour that's happening summer 2022. So that's gonna, that was for Alicia, that obviously got pushed from all the situations, but now we'll put Keys in with it, and it's gonna be the full spectrum. I think it's what it was meant to be. So I can't wait to see y'all. I super appreciate y'all. The love, the support from Jump is real. And I'm glad that I have my therapy session. I'm gonna go home and think about.
I'm here. I only pay me in lemonade. You know what I mean? Or
Oh
pay
my
me in
God.
All right, I got
lemonade
you.
tea or
Strawberry
whatever. Yeah,
lemonade, strawberry.
I'm easy. I'm so easy, yo. But yo,
You know what? You also have another star coming out of your family, Genesis. He is getting all
Oh,
the attention on your YouTube show. What do you see in the future for him?
oh my, no, what you're referring to is I did a show, a 4-part
Yeah.
docu-series called Noted: The Untold Stories on YouTube. Definitely tune into it on my YouTube. It is sick. But the very last show, Genesis is, this is the first time that he's been on set with me, because he's been so little that it just hasn't quite worked out. So now he's conscious, and he's, amazing. And so he was on set with me for the first time, and his the way he thinks is out of this world. He had us all crying. Egypt was trying on a little outfit, and he had on like a nice red sweater. And Genesis like, oh, you need your man shoes with that. I mean, he is hysterical. I was asking him to hold a balloon, because there was like a sweet place that he was gonna hold a balloon, and he kept saying no. I'm like, why you don't want to hold the balloon? He's like, I'm not gonna be like Pennywise. I said, what? I didn't
He,
even know what he was talking
he
about.
said,
I didn't
I'm not
even
a
you
watch
never
that
seen it
clown.
show.
before?
I no, because I don't like scary movies. I am not
Okay.
watching any. So he's like, I'm not a clown. I'm not gonna be like Pennywise. I was like, what is he talking? Why does he know this?
He's hella
Crazy.
funny.
These kids are sharp. Like, what's the most like savage but honest thing any of your children have ever said to you?
Oh, and they be telling me stop singing, ma, stop singing. I'm like, what? You know how many people want me to sing? What do you mean you don't want? What do you
People
mean?
pay for this.
I'm like, what? But
That's
I
how these
get
bills
it.
get paid.
Like, no, I'm never stopping singing. But it's just, they get to really experience me, and we get to experience each other. So actually Egypt loves to sing. He has a beautiful voice. He's playing
Oh,
that
wow.
piano and singing too. He's writing songs already, and he's 10. So he's the family is catching a
Talented.
vibe. That's all
Mm-hmm.
good.
Well, yo, amazing things to you and yours, man. Thank you so much for tapping in with the Morning Hustle, Alicia. It's always a pleasure to see your
Same.
face, even if it's virtually. Can't wait to pop up
I
at these private
know.
soirees so we can get the
Let's
keys to
go.
unlock all the things you got in
Let's go.
store. If people want to follow you on the gram, where do they